it's not an upgrade. It's definitely not an upgrade. Alright, well. Forward ho.
Do you know what those ruins are from?
Some old city?
Correct. A city most ancient. A terrible testament to sin's power. I tremble every time I see them. Compared to sin, humans are mere mud puppies.
But I believe humans are the only ones capable of defeating sin.
A good reply. I am relieved to hear you say that, milady summoner.
Oh?
Where are my manners? I am matron, a scholar, at your service, milady.
No wonder I get his name mixed up with me.
I am on a journey, studying the history of our world, Spira, seeking its stories and secrets. My travels have taken me to many places, and I am troubled by what I have seen. Fragile smiles on people's faces, crumbling at the mere mention of sin. They are counting on you, milady. Give them a reason to rejoice once more.
I will.
Hi there, this is Crowbeak, and this is another episode, 19 I believe, of my Final Fantasy X Let's Play, during which I talk about it sometimes critically, sometimes from a reminiscent perspective, and always with love, because I do love this game. There's my cursor, there you are. I am recording via Twitch, because I do not have a PlayStation capture card, which is not the best way to do it, but it's what I have, so I'm using it. I actually had a couple people watching the Twitch stream earlier, but I told them I was going to grind for a couple more minutes before moving on to doing things, and they decided to leave. Don't know that I could blame them necessarily, but it literally was only a couple more minutes before I got the ability sphere I wanted, before moving on, so joke is on them. Cheer. I'm on my way from Luca to Jose, where the next temple is, so that I can get another summon for Yuna. I've started Kimahri down the Path of the Black Man. And right now I have Wakka, Titus, and Auron all going down Auron's path, but it has occurred to me since the last time I played that that's probably not the best idea. As fun as it is to have everyone just do massive amounts of damage. Something is written here. Drana ek a. So you can't even read the cryptogram the way it originally was once you start having these things translated. Yeah, I have. I don't remember enough of the letters to make an educated guess as to what that says at the moment. That's fine. I'll keep going. Knew there was treasure over here somewhere. Ice brand. I don't remember who brands are for off the top of my head. Chocobo!
Lady Summoner, I presume.
Yes, I am Yuna.
I am Lucille, Captain of the Jose Chocobo Knights.
And I'm Alma. We've been charged to guard the high road.
There have been reports of a large fiend appearing in this area with a taste for chocobos. Do take care, Summoner Yuna, if you are to rent any chocobos.
Thank you. We will be careful.
Good. We should get back to our rounds. Farewell.
Our prayers are with you.
A large fiend? Let's go get him!
Why?
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
What'd I say now?
Jecht said that a lot too. And every time he said it, it meant trouble for Braska and me.
So that's the second time in 5 minutes that we've had people see Yuna and be like, oh, you're a summoner. Which seems a little weird to me. Because so far, all the summoners we've seen, and I can tell you that all the summoners we will see in the future, have custom outfits. And there is some standardization among people's outfits to an extent. Like the Crusaders have different colored outfits, but they all kind of look the same-ish, and people from this island look kind of the same-ish, people from that island look kind of the same-ish. But there's not a strong enough distinction. I mean, it's not like the summoners have completely unique outfits. So it seems a little strange that people would just see her and know she's a summoner. Unless there's like a piece of jewelry I've missed or something. Or, I don't know, maybe it's possible her face is just known, but that seems strange. The other thing, the reason I chuckled a minute ago, is that Titus did a sort of metagamer thing. There's a fiend, let's attack it! That's not really normal if you think about it. It is the sort of thing that a gamer would think, because generally, if someone warns you something is dangerous, that means there's treasure there, and there you go. But it doesn't make sense in the context of, oh god, these things could actually kill us, and it doesn't really make sense in the context of, we're supposed to be protecting Yuna on this journey to save everyone from everything.
Ah, a summoner party. You too are a summoner?
My name is Belgamine. You are?
My name is Yuna.
Ah, the High Summoner's daughter. I've heard much of you. But you are still fresh on the road, are you not?
Yes, I am.
I might have a few things to teach you.
Hmm?
Let us see which are stronger. My Aeons or yours? A one-on-one match. Not to the death, of course. What do you say?
I'll do my best.
Good. Your Aeons have been healed.
I don't think I'm going to be able to beat her at this stage of the game. I feel like she's one of those things you have to come back to. I want to say that she is related to the optional summons, but I would not swear by that. Another interesting thing to note here, she's summoned Ifrit, so I'm stuck with Valakor. For some reason we can't both have it summoned at the same time. That kind of jives with what the Faith are. The idea that that the summoner is pulling up a manifestation of the soul of a person who sort of sacrificed themselves to a limbo half-life for purposes of fighting off sin. So that there are more than one summoner out there. I don't know how many summoners there are exactly. You're a black mage? What? I did not remember that. Anyway, there are enough... that is a good idea. Shield! So basically the idea is to just not rely on little attacks for this fight. Which means now I need to shield. Anyway, I'm not really sure what the significance is. Like, can you not summon the same Aeon in proximity, close proximity to another summoner? Or can two summoners just not have the same Aeon out at the same time? Given how many summoners there are and the fact that they do things on the road, it seems unreasonable to think... Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to do this. It seems unreasonable to think that there aren't going to be times where summoners just... I'm so loose here. Unreasonable is not really the right word. Immune? Oh, he's immune to the slowing effect. But look at that. He's falling down. Cool. I won that by the skin of my... By the feathers of my boobs. I don't know. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get at with the summoners and summoning the same summon or not is there are enough summoners in the world that you would think that these summoners on their journeys would be summoning the summons to defend themselves occasionally, and yet it never impacts gameplay. It's possible that...
For one so young, I underestimated you. Take this. You've earned it. You show promise. With more training, you could defeat Sin.
Thank you. But I think you might defeat Sin before I am able to.
I cannot.
Huh?
Or should I say, I was not able to.
You mean...
Farewell, Yuna. We'll meet again.
I lost my train of thought. It's late, and I am a little sleepy. Yeah, Belgamina will come back into play. We can battle her at multiple points in the game, and I'm pretty sure that she is related to optional summons later. That is not what I'm wanting. Echo Ring, I believe. Silence Ward, yes. And extra hit points, yes. Do want. Equipment, it's interesting how equipment works in Final Fantasy X.
It is an
How do I
honor,
put
Sir
this?
Orin.
Thanks.
A given piece of equipment does not have... First off, I wanted Titus. Thank you. How do I explain this? In most RPGs, when you get new equipment, it outshines the old equipment. And so you replace the old equipment, and then you sell the old equipment off, or desynthesize it for crafting, or, you know, something. That's not how equipment works in Final Fantasy X. The equipment does raise stats like defense, but I already used him. Who have I not used? It does raise stats like defense and attack, but the real benefit to changing your equipment is that you get those extra abilities on them, like Sensor, which allows you to see exactly how many hit points something has. You know, Thunder Strike, which I talked about in an earlier episode, which adds Thunder Element to a weapon. Oh, this might be a mistake. You know what? I'm just gonna grab Orin.
I foresee no difficulty.
They have... Each weapon has a number of slots that either are already filled with abilities, or can be filled with abilities later. And that really... Those extra abilities are really... Since they made it so that you don't have just increasingly more powerful weapons, weapons you get early in the game are still just as viable later in the game. And so it's really about the abilities they have. At some point I'll get the ability to add abilities. That's a terrible sentence. I will gain the capability to add more abilities to weapons that have empty slots. But that's not going to... Let's see, let me heal him first. That's still not going to make any equipment outdated. If you get duplicate equipment, it's good to sell it off. But... Ability sphere... So I can just move him. He's got too many spheres built up. I got too many sphere levels built up. I need to get him going. Especially since we have guard over here. Actually... No. We'll go in chunks, because I don't have to move him up towards Titus's area to just get him more hit points real quick. And then more hit points. He is a tank. That's another good reason to take other people down his path at some point. Just the amount of health you get. Not I'm out of ability spears again, but that's okay. Completely lost track of my train of thought. Probably shouldn't have started this while I was sleepy. But I'm going to be out of town starting tomorrow evening, and I would like to have a couple of episodes that I can put up. Preemptive strike. Oh yeah. You're not Titus. That is definitely not who I thought that was going to be. That's okay. She's officially done a thing. I can put her away.
Well then, what next?
That sounded terrible.
Back on the field!
And Kimari, who is also back on the field. Ooh, one thing I just thought about. Kimari does have a voice. I think I've mentioned before that he does talk later in the game. But he actually just grunted in battle, which is probably... Wow. Did not mean to attack her. Which is... Even though he's refused to talk so far, the grunts in battle are one way to know that he can talk, and he just doesn't. As opposed to being incapable of doing so. Let's see what treasure we've got here. Some.
Our prayers are with you.
Spanx. New zone.
My Lady Summoner.
You're a summoner?
Yes. My name is Yuna.
I'm Callie.
Nice to meet you, Callie.
Lady Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm?
Yes. Very soon.
Yay!
We're looking forward to another calm, my Lady Summoner.
I'll do my best.
And good luck to your guardians as well.
We're looking forward to another calm. She phrased that pretty carefully.
The calm is a time of peace. It comes after a summoner defeats sin, and lasts until sin reappears.
Huh?
Sin dies and is reborn.
I get it! I thought it was weird. Yuna's dad defeated Sin 10 years ago, right? But Sin's still here. Didn't make much sense till now. Wait, if it just comes back...
Don't say it isn't worth it. Because it is.
Even for a little while, people can sleep in their beds without being afraid. That kind of time is worth anything. Don't say it isn't worth it. Your words that day, Yuna, I remember them well.
Especially if you think about, like, that kid who... Assuming the calm ended fairly recently, had, like, a night terrified... people dying right and left. The idea of going back to that sort of idyllic childhood state is probably very appealing to the child. And what I started to say, thinking that the cutscene was over, is that if you paid attention there, the mother hesitated choosing her words before saying that they were looking forward to another calm. That choice of words is very pertinent to what I've talked about before with Titus's ignorance leading him to put his foot in his mouth, basically, without realizing it. Anyway, I forgot to time this episode length, but I'm pretty sure I'm at or around or have exceeded 20 minutes at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here. Have a good one.